Hello, it's Shama here with the Infinite Center. Just want to talk a little bit about Flat Earth, um, and how it helped to, create my awakening or recreate it. Yeah, and this is my first live, so bear with me here. And I can't tell if anybody's watching or not, or how that works exactly, so just let me know if it's good or bad or what's going on. So anyways, I'll get to the subject now. How Flat Earth basically awakened me to the power of personal perspective, and how it shapes how your reality. If you have a belief that, like, in something solid like the earth being flat or round, any preconception basically just is reinforced over and over. If you believe it already, you're just going to see things in your reality that keep pushing that narrative and keep reinforcing that narrative that you believe to be true already. So I kind of went about the flat earth thing in a different way. I wanted to take it from both sides and believe both sides to be true. And it was pretty interesting because it kind of showed me that, through all the experiments and everything, for me it was basically, it looked around. At first I believed that it was flat because of all the things, but then I looked deeper into what the flat earthers were saying, and how they were, saying that, like, why don't we feel the motion of the earth if it's spinning so fast, and basically that everything looks flat, the whole earth, no matter how high you go, looks flat. But then it started making me think and look deeper. I believed it at first, and then I looked deeper at the whole thing. And basically, the whole you can't feel the earth spinning thing, that makes sense. Even if the earth was spinning and round, that you wouldn't be able to feel the motion of it. For example, basically, if you're sitting in a car at a stoplight, windows are up, radio's off, AC's off, you don't feel anything until you accelerate. Then you're accelerating, and you're pushed back into the seat. And then you're going steady at, like, let's say 60, 80, or even 1,000 miles an hour, but you're going at that speed steady. You don't feel acceleration or deceleration anymore. You feel like you're actually staying still. As long as you're going at a constant speed in that car, you don't feel the motion of the car until you decelerate or you accelerate again. So that's similar to the reason why I think we could be spinning or we could be sitting still. And another thing, all right, so the perspective of the earth looking flat, that brought me back to, like, the vanishing point that I learned when I was learning art. And it's a really powerful perspective thing that you can't make a painting without understanding, a realistic painting without understanding the vanishing point. And what the vanishing point is that the further when you look out anywhere in any direction, in the direction that you're looking, everything kind of pulls into that point. The ground rises to that point, the sky comes down to that point, and the sides come into that point, all pulling into that point. For, like, if you were looking down a hallway, straight hallway that's super long, it looks like everything disappears in the center of the hallway, so it's all pulled together to the point of your perspective. So if the earth was flat, if the earth is round, the ocean or the ground is going to appear level because your perspective rises, it raises the ground to that vanishing point. So that was like a powerful understanding of basically. So you can't say that it's flat just because it appears flat. Even with the lasers and everything, maybe our perception actually reinforces that. I don't know. So, but if we were sitting on a planet that's spinning or stationary, you're not going to feel it either way. You're not going to feel the motion of it. And I don't know. If anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Where else was I going with this? Let's see. Hey, sunset and sunrise times. What's up? Oh yeah, sunset and sunrise times. What about it? The globe can predict that. Yeah, I'm not saying I believe either way. The whole video is basically about how whatever you believe, if you believe it to be flat, you're going to be reinforced with those beliefs. If you believe it to be round, yeah. No, I think it's flat too, basically, but I don't know. I'm trying to attract some of the flat earthers to my channel. It's about like interdimensional stuff. It's about like singularity and spirituality and yeah, basically like our belief is one of the most powerful things. It can really shape our reality. So I kind of hold really loose beliefs. I kind of believe in all sides. Right. Yeah, I agree too. I don't believe in flat earth. Like I said, I was trying to attract, it's a big movement on YouTube, so I'm trying to attract some of the flat earthers to my channel. I don't think it matters. I mean, it does kind of matter, but basically, like, it's kind of a mute argument. I just think that the flat earth movement is a thing to bring about, bring people to look around, cause people to actually look at their environment and to know for themselves and not to just trust what's been told in all kinds of areas, not just the shape of the earth or the science or anything like that. Because, like I said, I really do believe, if you believe it to be true, then it is true. Yeah, flat earthers are gullible. You're right, but I think that's what they're trying to, like, the people who restarted the flat earth movement are doing it for other reasons than to just, than to fool people or to spread the flat earth movement. I think that the beginning of it was actually, like, not people who actually really believed in it, but was a group of, like, spiritual people who also believed in science, who wanted to stimulate, people into thinking deeper about the world around them. Looking deeper into and actually looking for themselves, like, because I can prove another way that the earth is round. So basically, if you, for flat earthers out there, if you believe that the earth is flat and the moon is moving across a flat surface, then why would it be that on the horizon, when you see the moon, it looks huge and it looks small when it's moving over your head? If it was moving over a flat surface, just like anything else, it would appear smaller further away at the horizon. And then as it gets closer to you, it would appear larger. But the moon actually does the opposite of that. So it must be around Earth, because if there's no way the moon would appear to be larger on the horizon and smaller overhead if the Earth was flat. Like they say, it moves on a plane. If the moon actually did move on a plane, then it would appear smaller further away and larger closer to us over our head. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's not just because they're gullible, though, because it actually is good that they're questioning the status quo and stuff. I'm not perpetuating the flat earth movement or anything like that, but I do like it because it makes people actually look and think about their environment, and actually look deeper and not just trust what everybody says and what we've learned from growing up, because there's a lot of things that were left out or intentionally, or we just don't understand. There isn't. I mean, for like, as long as they're asking questions, they may be asking the wrong questions, but as long as they're asking questions, that's a good beginning. Maybe that'll get them to the right questions. To asking the deeper questions and questioning the things around us. Would you agree that it's that it does stimulate? Like, I see you talking about it. You're making comments about the flat earth. Did it stimulate you into thinking more, or did you believe it, or just have you been like anti-flat earth the whole time? Yeah. Yeah, oh, that's good. Yeah, it is. It's fun. It is comical to debunk it. It's pretty easy. There's some big people out there that are, pushing it though, and it's there's something weird going on because these people aren't stupid. Some of the flat earthers are not dumb. So it makes me think about like that there was some other intention behind it. That's what I'm talking about. Like there's a lot of these psyop movements and stuff that I think there's intention to put out confusion, but that confusion, like, in turn stimulates communication and actually growth, and, so I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but, yeah, I do hope that the flat earthers, they want to sell merch is all, yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah, that it is mostly for that, yeah, I agree. I mean, that's pretty much what the problem is with a lot of things going on. Everything's about money and instead of our interactions, but we're all gonna die and we can't take that with us, so we have to cultivate the things that we can take with us, is like all these connections and the emotional things that we've gone through in our lives and our experiences. We can take all that with us, but we can't take anything else. So no, I've never seen that show. Nope, I've never seen that show. What's it about? Oh, the earth is flat? All right, I was waiting for you. Now tell me, how is the earth flat? I mean, what example can you give of why the earth is flat? Of how the earth is flat? The water? Oh, the water's flat. Okay. I believe the water appears flat, actually. Like, even with the laser beam and all that stuff, it's just basically, I've seen all the videos on how they prove that the earth is flat with the flat water and all this. But that brings me back to the vanishing point argument. Flat earthers don't understand that just because you're seeing something a certain way makes it that way. But let's say we're on a flat earth, okay? And we're on a straight flat hall. Actually, we're in a hallway. We're in an infinitely long hallway, and it's completely flat. It's level. It's flat. Now you look down that hallway. You look down the hallway, and the floor appears to rise up to your eye level. The walls appear to come into your eye level, and the sky appears to come down, and your ceiling comes down to your eye level. And it all disappears at this vanishing point. It all merges in together at this vanishing point in front of you. So even if we were on a flat earth, it would appear to rise up. So the further you go out, it still rises up to your eye level. It's like, it's a perspective thing. They're not taking into account that vanishing point in our vision. Like, if you talk to any artist, they'll tell you how important it is, the vanishing point. You can't make a painting, or you can't see really without seeing the three-dimensionality of it. Like, wherever you're looking, wherever you're perceiving, there's a point that you're perceiving, and everything merges into that point. Like, everything rises to that point, everything pulls into that point. So the earth being round it appears flat. You know, that's the best thing I can say to this. What about the moon? Do you have anything to say about like the moon or anything else? Do you have any questions about anything else? Or I mean, anything to debate about? Any other points on flat Earth? Nothing in the sky. So I'm not awakened? Well, we're all awakened. It's just what level we're at. And no matter how awake, you're never truly awake. You're always at different layers of that awakening. You know, there's people who may be more awake than others, but there is no awake or awakened, because the awakening never ends. You always continue to have more and more consciousness, you know, awareness. You can increase your awareness, but you never can increase your awareness completely, infinitely. And that's what it would take to be considered awakened. But I'm awakening, and so is everybody else, you know, at their own level. So what do you mean the sky? The sky and earth are separated by a few hundred miles. I'm gonna do another call back in a minute. I mean, I'll be